is Late Edition News at 10 with Ann Gownley. Sports with Beth Mensinger. Meteorologist Joe Garbacik. And senior news analyst L.A. Tyrone.
Good evening. The standoff in Hazleton City Hall is over and there will be no layoffs. It is our top story. Good evening. This is WILN's Late Edition for Thursday, December 5th, 2013. I'm L.A. Tyrone. Ann Gownley is at City Hall tonight, and she'll join me in about half an hour. At City Hall tonight, City Council adopted that controversial stormwater fee tonight and the proposed city budget on first read, but with a significant change. The stormwater fee is part of that budget. It's $25 per property. Mayor Joe Iannuzzi threatened layoffs of city workers had City Council rejected it, as it did 2 weeks ago. Iannuzzi says he will use the revenue it generates as collateral for a short-term loan known as a tax revenue anticipation note. That will cover expenses for the balance of the year, averting the layoffs of City Hall and highway workers. But City Council also changed part of Iannuzzi's budget. You're looking at it on the screen now. Move, it says, will save property owners $45 a year. It dropped the debt service millage from 1.3 mils to 0.85 mils. The net result, Council says, is a $20 saving for homeowners in 2014. As I mentioned, WILN's Ann Gownley was at tonight's council meeting, and she will join to talk about the details in maybe half an hour or so. Elsewhere tonight, former South African President Nelson Mandela is dead. President Jacob Zuma made the announcement this afternoon. Mandela had been suffering from a recurring lung infection. Mandela got involved in politics after the country initiated apartheid in 1948. Eventually, he was arrested and jailed in 1962 and remained in prison until then President F.W. de Klerk ordered him released in 1990. He was elected president in 1994 and held that position until 1999. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. Nelson Mandela was 95 years old. The woman convicted of poisoning her son's girlfriend with antifreeze has been sentenced. 82-year-old Helen Galley was given 5.5 to 12 years in state prison by Luzerne County Judge Fred Parentoni this afternoon. She was convicted in October on aggravated assault and simple assault charges, along with reckless endangerment. Galley poisoned her son's girlfriend, Dawn Sim Yan, with antifreeze in March of 2010. She was taken into custody by the Luzerne County Sheriff's Department immediately after today's proceedings. An autopsy done Tuesday by a forensic pathologist has determined the stabbing death of Lawrence Quinn in Mahanoy City was homicide. Quinn was stabbed over the weekend by Kimberly Hans. She claimed that stabbing was self-defense. Hans stabbed Quinn after he had gotten into a fight with her mother, Linda Smith. Now, Smith allegedly got slapped in the face, causing a bloody nose. After that, Hans then lunged at Quinn and grabbed her throat, pinning her against the countertop. The case is still pending evidence from the scene. The Schuylkill County District Attorney's Office will then determine whether the killing was justified or whether charges will be filed. An investigation by the Luzerne County Drug Task Force has led to 6 arrests in Hanover Township. Police arrested 37-year-old Edgerton Repo Woods of Hanover Township Sunday. He was allegedly caught selling crack cocaine within 1,000 feet of Hanover Area Memorial Elementary School. He's jailed on $40,000 bail. Now, on Wednesday, police made 4 more arrests after a raid in Marion Terrace. 25-year-old Ramel Lambert and 22-year-old Karima Hickson of Hanover Township, and 24-year-old David Earl Teal and 31-year-old Jennifer Leisner, both with known addresses. All were jailed with bail set at $75,000 cash. A Glen Lyon man was sentenced to 7 years and 9 months in state prison for his role in a home invasion robbery in 2012. Matthew Graziano threatened to kill an 88-year-old man with a butcher knife during a robbery at the man's Main Street home. Police say that he took that man's wallet and got $50. Graziano has a criminal history dating back to the late 1990s. The sentence was handed down today by Luzerne County Judge Tina Polacek-Gartley. Well, the management of Sherman Hills has submitted a response to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Sherman Hills Realty Incorporated of Brooklyn, New York, was reacting to the unsatisfactory report issued by HUD. It defined corrective measures to the management and operation done by HUD in September if it had not responded by the deadline of November. Have received sanctions, including removal of participation in the HUD Section 8 program. Union labor supporters gathered at McDonald's in Pittston Township today to protest what they call unfair wages. Now, this was one of many such protests today nationwide. Protesters carried signs and chanted at customers as they entered the store. They're calling for a $15 an hour wage. They also want the right to form unions without retaliation. Pittston Township Police ordered them to leave the property, saying they'd blocked the drive-through lane and were too close to busy Route 315. No employees of the Pittston McDonald's were involved in that protest. Well, could a shooting range be coming to Hazel Township? One man is trying to do that. Our Ann Gownley has details.
If approved by the Hazel Township Zoning Board, the Paragon Indoor Shooting Range will soon be coming to Hazel Township right off of Route 93. Inside, there'll be 13 lanes with 36-inch steel plates between and a 75-foot-long range. Owner Dan Basala says he and other men have been working on this business. He added that it will be a safe and controlled environment inside a steel and concrete building, which he says a bullet cannot penetrate.
It's for training. I mean, we teach in women's nights here, and the high school has a shooting team. They could even shoot here and learn how to enhance their skills better.
Basala did present the idea to have it approved by the Hazel Township Zoning Board, but at the December 2nd meeting, the case was continued because of a typo in the letters that were sent out to those who live and work in the area. During the beginning stages, they tried looking into several different communities in the area, but Hazel Township seemed to be the best fit.
It's in the middle of nowhere, pretty much. There's no houses around it for another at least 1,000 feet.
Although Basala says it's in the middle of nowhere, West Hazelton Elementary Middle School, a baseball field, and churches are there. But he adds there's no need to worry.
A lot of people are complaining because it's near a school. I think it's probably 2,000 feet adjacent from the school and the Little League fields. But where I'm standing now, and the door behind me is the white door, you won't even hear what's going on inside that building. And safety-wise, it's safe. They're everywhere. They're in Stroudsburg, in the middle of the town, in the middle of the city, with houses behind it and on the side of it.
All employees at the range will be NRA certified, and most do have a history in law enforcement.
Most of the employees that will be here are off-duty cops and people that are well-trained in guns. I mean, I have some Glock training instructors out of Philadelphia, FBI agents that want to work here.
But what type of guns could be used inside the facility?
Ammunition to be allowed here is anything from like a 22 caliber gun to a 308 hunting rifle. But the backstop and the plate could take a lot more than that, but that will not be fired. The biggest we will do is up to a 308.
For safety, when someone who wishes to use the facility enters, their guns cannot be loaded and should be placed in their cases.
If it's not in a case, you push a button on the door, one of my employees comes out, locks your gun, puts it behind the counter until you take our 20-minute training course that's on a video. Once you take that course, then you're allowed to go into the range with a range officer to fire your weapon. And if you don't know how to fire your weapon, our range officer is there to help you safely fire your weapon.
If approved by the zoning board, at its next meeting on January 7th, Basala says they will begin to draw up the blueprints, obtain the required business licenses, and hopefully open between March or April of next year.
Well, downtown Hazelton is beginning to look more like Christmas thanks to some area high school students. Our Julie Stefanovich has that story.
The Greater Hazelton Chamber of Commerce invited fine arts students from local school districts to help enhance the holiday spirit by decorating some downtown business fronts.
Through the Chamber's Downtown Committee, we decided that very quickly this year that we would ask some students from the school districts if they would be willing to paint some of the windows downtown Hazelton with a Christmas theme or a winter theme. So Hazelton area, MMI, and Emmanuel Christian School responded and said that yes, they would have students from their fine arts department or visual arts classes take part.
We're going to paint a snow scene with penguins and igloos and candy canes and stuff. It's nice to give back sometimes and just do something for someone other than yourself.
The paints and supplies were provided by the Chamber. The students have been working tirelessly since the weekend to create their masterpieces for passerbys to see.
On Sunday with the Shop 2, and we had students from Hazleton area go down and paint 2 of their windows and a door. And today at Hazel Drugs, we're going to have students from MMI go over to that facility and paint on those windows. There will also be students from Emmanuel Christian School who will be coming to the Chamber at a later date to do several windows here in the Chamber offices, and then some other students from Hazleton area who will be going to Representative Toohill's office and do some paintings on her windows.
Next year, the Chamber hopes to invite more students and businesses to become involved and expand the paintings to other areas of town. In Hazleton, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Fire Victims Fund has been set up in Hazleton. City Firefighters Union Local 507 and the City Fire Department are looking to assist the victims of Tuesday's early morning house fire on East Diamond Avenue.
We're asking any area resident would like to make a monetary donation to this fund. The money will go directly to the victims of this fire this week. We all know what the holiday season is upon us. It's just our way of trying to help out those victims that lost a lot of their belongings in that fire over this past week, and just want to help them, they get back on their feet and they have a joyful holiday.
This will be the first time something like this has been established between the two. Lesko says they hope to present the check to the family right before Christmas. The ultimate goal of the fund is to keep it open, so if there is a fire in the future, they will be able to provide help to those people as well.
Decided we wanted to do something to try to help out these victims, and more or less also to try to keep this fund going, that in the future, if it's needed, is there to help. We know the Red Cross is doing all they can to assist the victims, and this is just our little way of trying to help out. And also, biggest thing is we want to see, be neighbor helping neighbor, and that's most important. I think what we have to come back to in our communities, to help each other and to be there for each other, because in the end, in the time of need, I think our community has a huge heart, and I think, any way we can help, we're going to.
If you would like to help, you can drop off money at any First National Bank branch office, that is, or send a check and make it payable to Hazleton City Firefighters Local 507 Fire Victims Fund, care of First National Bank, 1 South Church Street, 101 Renaissance Center, Hazleton. The zip code is 18201. And anybody with any questions, you may call the Hazleton City Fire Department, 570-455-6232. Well, the familiar sounds of the Salvation Army bell ringers are already underway. The Salvation Army has been holding its annual Red Kettle Drive since the late 1800s. Nationwide program raises over $1 million every Christmas season to fund programs which help those less fortunate. Volunteer Carrie Dennison has been out ringing the bells for the last 13 years.
I actually was working for the Salvation Army from 2001 until 2006. I ran the homeless shelter, and then when that shut down in Hazleton, I stayed on as a volunteer.
Dennison not only volunteers, but also entertains the Hazel Township Walmart shoppers.
Singing actually helps with the donations. You see a lot of smiles on people's faces. You're doing a lot of good for the community, and I think it just adds part of Christmas spirit, I think.
All the money raised goes to help out the Hazleton Salvation Army and the services it offers to the community.
They have a lot of programs there. I know they have a soup kitchen there, and they're serving about 100 people a day. There's a lot of need in the Hazleton area. I was with them in the food pantry to get the signs and stuff today, and I didn't see a lot of food there compared to other years. So they really do need the donations, and also for the Christmas toy program, they need donations.
To volunteer for the Kettle Drive or make donations, you can log on to SalvationArmyUSA.org. Well, did you hear about the driverless car on a Utah highway? Can't make this up. Chris Miller has the story.
It's not every day you see this
driverless car going down the interstate.
Thomas Goodman shot this video as he rolled up on an early 90s Buick LeSabre with a phantom driver, horn blaring. Drivers scrambling to get out of the way.
I noticed a gentleman sitting on the snowbank in the middle of the highway, and he was kind of like slamming his fist onto the snow, and it looked like making some pretty negative remarks.
It became evident to Thomas that this was the man's car, escaping him on southbound I-15.
That's what I figured out after I got up to the car. But prior to that, I didn't know how he got dropped off. I didn't know if his folks kicked him out or his girlfriend.
Goodman doesn't know what happened to the car or the guy in the middle of the freeway, but says it's a reminder to him of the craziness winter weather brings to our roadways.
All I can think is he crashed the car, you know, and then turned around and jumped out of the car after he got smacked in the mouth with the airbags, I'm assuming.
Haven't even seen that on Interstate 81. And have you lost a pet recently? Well, there's an app for that. Seriously. Jamie Hayden has the story.
Losing a dog can feel like you've lost part of your family. Barry Brode is the director of Washoe County Animal Services. He says on average, 5 to 15 pets are reported lost every week.
And you'd be surprised how many owners come in here 2-3 times a week looking at the monitor and come in here looking for their pet and calling the staff here. Have you seen this dog?
And nationwide, nearly 7 million animals enter shelters every year, and only 10% make it back to their owners. One man hopes to change that with a facial recognition app called Finding Rover.
We're going to put one circle over one eye, the other circle over the other eye, and the triangle over Sparky's nose.
The app scans your dog's face and saves facts about them in a database.
The reason we fill out your dog's age is because if it's a puppy, your dog changes. So every 90 days we ask you to take a new picture until they're 18 months old.
So if you lose your dog or find one, you can take its picture and the app will compare it to others, possibly leading to a happy reunion. But that technology is not easy to perfect.
When I first came up with the idea 3 years ago, I went to 5 companies around the world that specialize in facial recognition for people. And I got the same answer from all of them. You know, dogs are much more difficult than people.
And because Finding Rover is new, Animal Services still recommend getting your pet microchipped. Plus, for Finding Rover to work, there needs to be a lot of dogs in its database. That's why the app will always be free.
Our four-legged companions, Hey This Works, came out to the Laurel Mall to visit none other than Santa Claus. Pets from all over Greater Hazleton had a chance to get their picture taken with Santa. We spoke with Chloe's owner.
Every year we get a picture with her, with Santa Claus. She loves him. She loves all people. She goes up and likes to kiss them, and she's not a shy little girl.
And did she want anything special for Christmas this year? Did she whisper in Santa's ear maybe?
I don't know. Did you tell Santa what you want? Did you? You want everything, don't you? You get everything from Grandpa.
From dogs to cats, Santa met with each and every one of them tonight. For some pets, it was their very first time. For others, they were veterans of it. Santa will be there until Christmas, and if you'd like your picture taken with him, just simply stop by the Laurel Mall. All right, heads up for all you Liam List fans. Liam will be performing at the Wiltsey Center Saturday, December 14th. That's next Saturday, thanks to Lee Heighton Kia and us here at WYLN. Well, we also have exclusive tickets for 10 kids to have dinner with him before the show. Now, the 12-year-old recording artist who has been featured on Radio Disney was first introduced to Greater Hazleton when he performed at FunFest in September. Liam had a successful fall tour as a support act for Fifth Harmony. The winners of these tickets will have dinner with Liam catered by Alta Catering in the cafeteria at the Hazleton Area Elementary School before Saturday's show. And they will also receive special memorabilia, autographs, and pictures with him. Each winner will also get two tickets for premiere seating during the show, which starts at 6:45. So for your chance to win, pick up that phone and call right now. 570-459-1869, extension 1172. Leave your name, number. We will pick 2 winners at random. Now remember, this is for our live 10 o'clock show only. So dial now, and good luck. And what happened today? Now let's go outside and talk to Joe G. in the Bedrock Gardens Outdoor Weather Center. Joe, I hope we're not talking about freezing rain tomorrow night.
Should I go indoors now and keep my mouth silent at this point? No, I'm not going to do that because I have to tell you what's going to happen. But before we get to maybe that wintry mix as we head into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, we'll talk about the mild weather right now. It is pretty nice temperature-wise across our viewing area, but we do have some dense fog in many locations. Now, as a result, the Weather Service has put into effect a dense fog advisory for the following counties: Luzerne, Carbon, Monroe, as well as Wayne and Pike. And you can even see the whites, northern tier of Pennsylvania, Lycoming and Sullivan counties. Those are actually winter weather advisories that will start to go into effect as we head into tomorrow. I'll let you know exactly when that colder air will get here and when we may see a taste of old man winter. Stick around. Late Edition. We'll be right back.
Trying to touch the sun. It's kind of like me trying to put into...
Liam Liz was first introduced to the Hazleton area when he was invited to perform at the annual Fun Fest celebration in September. This up-and-coming pop star will make a special concert appearance at the Wiltsey Center at the Historic Castle on Saturday, December 14th at 6:45 with doors opening at 6. Tickets are just $5 and a portion of the proceeds will support the Ronald McDonald House.
To put into words how pretty our eyes are.
I'm making the gift list. I'm shopping for Aunt Rita. 6 nieces, 4 nephews, a cousin in Chicago, Dallas, LA, New York, Paris. I'm running out of time. I love logistics.
For all of your diamond quality moments, choose Sophie Jewelers, specializing in custom diamond engagement rings, located in the Coal Creek Plaza, Route 61, St. Clair.
Heritage Sure Save, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in and check out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage Sure Save, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week at Heritage, they feature their boneless and skinless chicken breast for only $1.77 a pound.
Edgewood in the Pines, located in Drums, provides the perfect scenery in any season to complement your wedding or special event. From the spectacular colors of fall, a cozy winter setting, or the plush greens of summer, Edgewood will provide a breathtaking setting for your exceptional affair. Edgewood is perfect for weddings, birthday celebrations, showers, baptism, or any special event. From small intimate gatherings to breathtaking formal affairs, your event is certain to be an amazing experience to remember for years to come. Celebrate at Edgewood in the Pines.
Celebrate the season by giving. Bring a donation for the Cancer Secret Angel Project and receive 10% off 13th Moon in Jim Thorpe. The 10th annual Sounds of the Season will be held December 7th at the Alice C. Wilsey Performing Arts Center. Ring in the holidays with performances by the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, the Freeland Community Choir directed by Jackie Wetzel, local pan flute artist Paul Goldhart, and soprano soloist Sarah Gardner. Doors open at 6 p.m. Advance tickets are $10 for adults, $5 for children, plus applicable fees. Sounds of the Season, Ring in the Holidays is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
And welcome back. Some changes are going to be occurring in our weather over the next couple of days. We've been dealing with the mild weather. Today is the last of the extreme mild weather that we'll be seeing for quite some time, maybe the rest of this season until next year, because of course we are in December and we know what that can bring weather-wise. Now, you don't have to be a scientist to know where a front is on this particular map. You know, a cold front separates the extremely warm air or mild air versus the extremely chilly or cold air. Take a look at these temperature contrasts from 60s to 30s. Yeah, there's a front right there. It's a cold front. Ahead of it, it's some very impressive numbers. As we are in the 10 o'clock hour for this time of year, I'll go out to the west, though. Temperatures drop into the 30s in Dayton, Ohio. Chicago is only in the 20s. Omaha, 10. If you think that's cold, go to Minneapolis, where it's only 3. If you think that's cold, take a trip to Denver. It's only 1. I almost hate to keep saying this, but if you think that's cold, -5 in Bismarck, and if you think that's cold, how about -12 in Great Falls? That's a lot of cold air across a lot of the nation, and it just continues to filter in the U.S., and eventually it's going to start to make its way into our area before all is said and done. Live 35 Skycast Doppler, we do still have some showers around, and we do have some sprinkles. We have some light rain, some light drizzle, and there's going to be some dense fog out there tonight, so if you're traveling, by all means, be careful. Our lively high tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton, 53 degrees, humidity coming in at 100%, and you can see those winds, at least the winds are fairly light. Low temperatures not bad this time of year, generally bottoming out into the 40s this morning and then getting up into the 50s, some locations near 60 degrees. 50 degrees now in New Angola, 56 in Berwick, 56 in Monomoy City, 56 in Bloomsburg, and 55 degrees in Danville. Here's a look at satellites and radar. We got those clouds across our region, and as you head further out toward the west, you could still see a leading edge of some more precipitation out in the Ohio Valley region. And again, all of that is going to start to overspread our area and come into our region as we go through tomorrow. Could be a little bit of a break in the action from time to time, and then we're going to see another batch of precipitation come through. Temperatures will drop, and heading into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, we could be looking at a wintry mix overspreading our area. Maybe some snow, maybe some sleet, and maybe some freezing rain as we head into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. We'll fine-tune that forecast for you tomorrow at 5:30. Notice these temperatures fall throughout the daytime hours and evening tomorrow night, dropping down into the upper 20s. And then notice a chill in the air for Saturday, only in the 30s for about the noontime hour. So again, still dealing with precipitation for tomorrow. That warm air, that mild air that we saw today, that's going to slowly but surely move away from our area. And by this weekend, much colder. 40s tonight, staying above freezing. And then these are temperatures early on, and then temperatures will start to fall throughout the day and get much colder for tomorrow night. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys. A division of Arc Electric, down to 23 for tomorrow night, 27 and cold for Saturday, 25 for Sunday. And I may see some snow overspreading our area, and even a wintry mix as we start going into Sunday night and Monday, and then very cold once again for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Overnight lows dropping down to about 10, may even drop down into the single digits. Speaking of some digits, here's a look at the evening digit numbers. By the lottery, the daily 206, the big 4 6377. Quinto numbers looking like this: 06024 and a cash 5 245 13 and 41. Stick around, we'll have more late edition including sports after this break.
Christ Lutheran Church, 467 Main Street in Cunningham, is hosting its 20th annual Living Nativity. Come out to experience the real meaning of Christmas on December 7th and 8th from 6 to 8 p.m. There are 14 scenes that make up this drive-through tour that includes live actors and live animals. Everyone is invited and the event is free. Come with the family and enjoy this magical holiday tradition. All the peace and joy of the season from Christ Lutheran Church in Cunningham.
Gould SureSave is proud to announce our expanded dairy department, which means a 10% increase in our dairy variety. Like our other departments, dairy is now computer controlled for temperature and food safety. With this, our fourth secondary cooling system, we now have well over 90% environmentally friendly refrigeration. New dairy door cases with LED lighting help create energy efficiency, selection, freshness, safety.
Stop by Gould SureSave and get everything you need for your family's holiday table.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. People who are chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and heavy hitters. More than what your Cooper tires can do, it's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
Why should you choose Penn State Hazleton?
We have new scholarship money.
There's no application fee.
When you visit campus.
Opportunities to do research. Students are scoring internships
all over the country.
You can start here and finish here.
Or at another Penn State campus.
We have fun.
We have the Lion.
Penn State is ranked #1 by corporate recruiters.
We have the largest alumni network
in the world.
It's your time. Penn State.
Penn State
lives here.
Check us out at psu.edu/visit Hazleton.
Victoria's Candies, giving quality without compromise since 1934. Now at the 22nd Street Plaza with easy access and plenty of parking. Stop in our newest location where you'll find nostalgic candy and old-fashioned hard candies from your fondest memories. Remember, at Victoria's Candies, we do local deliveries and ship our chocolates anywhere in the world. Order now and receive free shipping on our beautiful 3-pound and 5-pound assorted chocolates. This year, give the gift of chocolates only from Victoria's Candies. 51 North Laurel Street, the Laurel Mall, and now the 22nd Street Plaza. Victoria's Candies, a holiday tradition since 1934.
Join us this week on Wellness Through Physical Therapy. Team's going to educate us on the thoracic region of the spine, what it is, what areas of the body it controls, and how we can help you out if you're having trouble. It's all coming up this week on Wellness Through Physical Therapy.
Tonight, basketball teams throughout the Schuylkill League are preparing for their first games over the weekend, including the North Schuylkill boys and girls squads. First, let's take a look at what the Spartans bring to the table this year. An interesting one for Coach Kurt Zigmont after losing 4 seniors to graduation last year.
Well, last year we had a good year, won 15 games, got in the district playoffs. This year we have a big hole to fill, graduating 4 starters. And our 6th man from last year is hurt right now, so our top, 5 out of 7 players right now are not around. So, we have a lot to build on yet, and a lot of work to get done yet.
With big shoes to fill, a few of the varsity players have been stepping up.
Since the summer and coming into this season right now, right where we are, there's a few seniors that are stepping up more in the leadership roles, like Brett Ennis, Matt Manbeck, guys that played a little bit last year, tentative roles, but I see how much they progressed already since June. And, hopefully we can lean on them a little bit at the start of the season until some of these younger guys fill the void and, really catch up to speed of what's going on here.
Senior guard Jake Dameter, a starter from last year, talked about how the Spartans are preparing for their first game coming up on Saturday against Schuylkill Haven.
Just go through all the plays we learned and make sure our defense is getting there and just keep going everything so everybody knows everybody's on the same page.
Senior Matt Manbeck will be a force in the paint this season for the Spartans, but that's not their only strength.
Well, we have a lot of length this year and we have a lot of athletic ability, so I think we'll be dangerous as the season goes on.
Just like many other teams from around the area, the Spartans have high expectations for 2013 and 14.
Last year we lost a lot of inside games, so I think we could improve on get more outside shooters, but then also going inside, and I think we can improve our defense a little better from last year, and that's what we're going to strive for, try and win every game.
Well, we have the same expectations every year from Coach Zigmont, and we always want to get that, filling that banner up there on the wall, so we always want to have a good run in leagues and districts.
Our motto is, we're playing for the past, the guys that have been here before and the tradition that we built here, but we're working for the future at the same time. And, everybody always says you take it one game at a time, but really with a young group that we have here this year, our goal is just to get better and work on some of the things that we might have mistakes. With the last scrimmage we had, we did, we didn't make the same mistakes the second scrimmage. And so we're getting a little better. It's just going to take some time. The early part of our season is going to be pretty crucial. We got to find ways to win games, even ugly. We have to find our identity as a team, and hopefully we could upset somebody along the way to, get to the district playoffs again.
Coming up in a few minutes, we'll take a look at the North Schuylkill boys' counterparts as the Lady Spartans prepare for their first game of the season tomorrow night. Stay tuned. You're watching Late Edition on WYLN.
On the way to retirement, some people realize that work isn't really a bad thing.
Some may want to start their own business one day. Our financial advisors will look at your complete financial picture, no matter where your money's invested, to create a plan designed to help you get to and through retirement. When you need a financial advisor fully invested in you, turn to us, Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
What do you see? Perhaps you're noticing the rusted fender or the dented side panel. Maybe the first thing your eye goes to is the worn interior. But look closer and you'll see something else. Value. At Harry's U-Pull-It, we see value in your old car, and so will others. It's the reason we offer top dollar for your car. Junker, clunker, piece of tin, your car may have many names, but at Harry's, there's only one that matters: value. Visit one of our 3 locations today in Hazleton, Pennsburg, and Allentown.
The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton, serving the greater Hazleton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. We're going to tell you about a great new service that Dr. John, Dr. Stacy, and Mrs. Dagenhart are adding to the practice. If you're a truck driver or a company and you're interested in drug testing, alcohol testing, or recertification, you don't want to miss this show. Join us this week.
Welcome back. Here's a second look at tonight's top stories. Former South African President Nelson Mandela is dead. President Jacob Zuma made that announcement late this afternoon. Mandela had been suffering from a recurring lung infection. He got involved in politics after the country initiated apartheid in 1948. Eventually, he was arrested and jailed in 1962 and remained in prison, that is, until then President F.W. de Klerk ordered him released in 1990. Mandela was elected president in 1994 and held that position until 1999. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. Nelson Mandela was 95 years of age. The woman convicted of poisoning her son's girlfriend with antifreeze has been sentenced. 82-year-old Helen Galley was given 5.5 to 12 years in state prison by Luzerne County Judge Fred Perantoni today. She was convicted in October on aggravated and simple assault charges, along with reckless endangerment. Galley poisoned her son's girlfriend, Dawn Simeon, with antifreeze in March of 2010. She was taken into custody by the Luzerne County Sheriff's Department immediately after today's proceedings. And a Glen Lyon man was sentenced to 7 years and 9 months in state prison for his role in a home invasion robbery in 2012. Matthew Graziano had threatened to kill an 88-year-old man with a butcher knife during a robbery at the man's Main Street home. Graziano has a criminal history that dates back to the 1990s. The sentence was handed down today by Luzerne County Judge Tina Polachek-Gartley. And that is a second look at tonight's top stories. Ann Galney will join me here in just a second, but in the event you joined us late, Hazleton City Council did indeed meet tonight, and it did a couple of things. It first of all adopted Mayor Joe Iannuzzi's proposed budget, though it made a couple of changes in it, and it also adopted that very controversial stormwater fee. And you just walked in the door here about 20 minutes ago, so this has been going on. 3 seconds just now. Oh no, I meant to the door of the building. Yes. You were there until after 10 o'clock tonight. Long meeting.
Absolutely. It was an extremely long meeting. I don't have any of my notes because I ran out the door really quick. But they did pass the stormwater fee. It was a 3-2 vote.
Normal 3-2 with Mundy and Mope casting the nod.
Right. Something that they still say should have been done earlier in the year. It's just, it was passed, and I talked to Steve Hahn after. He also said that is something that they're going to talk to the banks about. They've been talking for a while, since we ran the story a few weeks ago, that they've been talking to the banks for over a week now. How can we do this? Can we get a loan? if we have collateral, will that work? So they have the collateral, but will it work? We don't know. But there are a few other.
Well, before that, with the TRAN, the Tax Revenue Anticipation Note, have they talked about how long an amount or anything? Because they used to be like $1.3 million, $1.5 million, and they were, you know, they were payable at the end of the year. Now, I know a couple of years ago they took like a TRAN to pay a TRAN that was due in June. That's usually not good financial practice.
No, it's not good. And it's not even good to finish off the year.
It isn't.
In the hole.
That's
and
right.
Trying to find a loan to even finish off a year, that's not something that municipalities usually do. They wait for, if they need the loan, they start the year with it and then eventually pay. This is something that not a lot of people thought, but some anticipate it.
Well, there's also a question about the city's financial condition, whether it's going to get any kind of favorable interest rate. Did Hahn talking about any kind of...
It wasn't a lot of him talking today. There was the usual arguments between council, but I did talk to them about this budget, of course.
And it's ready.
And we do have the video, and we talked to Jim Perry and Keith Bast and Kevin Shatter came up with a way to go around this budget and to save taxpayers some money.
Bast?
Yes.
Moat? No. Mundy?
No.
Shatter?
Yes.
Perry?
Yes, that's 3-2.
What I proposed, along with Kevin and Keith, was a way to alleviate taxes on the citizens. We found that there's $450,000 sewer transmittal fee, which is just sitting there and cannot be used. Now, you can't apply it to everything, so we applied it to something in the sewer-related area, which is the sewer bond. So if we paid on the bonds, that means that's less debt for the people in their taxes, which roughly comes out to lower the millage, which roughly saves them $45 on a $100,000 assessed house from last year. And that's what we're trying to do. So why isn't that a good thing? I mean, if you can tell me it's not legal, that's fine, but the solicitor said that he thinks that he said it would be able to fly. Now, can you do it with the auditor? Well, he'll tell us if we can, how much we should save in there and how much we can use, but I think it's a savings we need to look at.
We had the auditor here to say that you shouldn't do this. He's telling us we shouldn't, and we should, research it. Now all of a sudden he says he finds $450,000. Why not use that instead of the stormwater fee? Why is this? This was all planned, contrived. It's them being sore losers. Perry and Shatter being sore losers and saying, okay, how could I screw up the city more? And that's what they're doing.
Now, that point that Mundy made at the end, you had Bast on topic A maybe 10 days ago, and he told you that the revenue collections for EIT, earned income tax, were running ahead, and the city had something like $450,000 it didn't expect to have. Why can't that be used to cover the budget for the rest of the year?
I actually know that you weren't here the day that we spoke with Mary Newsy, and I asked that question to him about that tax, and he said, well, we did get it, but we used it. What? I don't know, but they do not have that money.
Then the budget hole stood to be closer to $1 million rather than $500,000
for what we've gotten. And also, I want to talk about the debt service.
Yeah,
that's
a big deal.
That was also lowered. It was originally 1.3 mils, and now it's been reduced to 0.85 mils. So that was part of that amendment. In that, and that also passed 3-2, and it was Gene and Jack who voted against it.
Okay, so the contention from the three who voted for it is we're going to take $25 from homeowners in the stormwater fee.
Per acre, you're right.
Right, but then you're going to get $45 back from the lower debt service, so you're actually going to save $20 a year.
Right, and then a lot of city council weren't sure. They thought maybe it was every quarter they paid for the stormwater. No, it's only the $25. Now that's one time per year, and that depends on the size of your property and the square footage on your property. If it goes up, that's what it depends on. So I'll have much more on this tomorrow.
You'll have time to straighten everything out. You'll have a lot more for you tomorrow.
3.5 hour long meeting. We will get it done for you tomorrow.
As always, great work.
Thank you.
All right, now, we do have, hey, I can't see it from here, so we have to put the glasses on. We also have a chance for one lucky viewer to win a family 4-pack of tickets to see the 10th annual Sounds of the Season concert this Saturday, 7 o'clock at the Wiltsey Center inside the historic castle on 9th Street in Hazleton. The concert is produced in cooperation with the Wiltsey Center, WYLN-TV, the DeMelfi School of Music, Hazleton Standard Speaker, the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, and Service Electric Cablevision in Hazleton. The holiday performance will feature the renowned Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra and the Freeland Community Choir. So call us right now, 459-1869. Remember the area code first, 570. Extension 1115. Leave us your name, town, phone number, and we will draw one lucky viewer at random. Remember, this giveaway is for our 10 o'clock live newscast only. Remember, you can only win once every 60 days. So call now and good luck. Let's go outside to Joe Garbacek in the Bedrock Gardens Outdoor Weather Center. See what's up. Joe.
Well, not too bad. Temperature-wise, pretty mild. A little bit of some light rain, some mist, some areas of fog across our area right now, but things are going to change as we start going into tomorrow. Some colder air on the move. Here's a look at radar, and again, just about everything is fairly light right now at this 10 o'clock going into the 11 o'clock hour. I'll let you know what we can expect with the 7-day forecast coming up in just a few.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy. At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
Attention dialysis patients. If you or a loved one suffered heart complications during dialysis treatment, call the Reliant Group right now. You may be owed a significant cash award from the manufacturer. The FDA has issued their most serious type of recall for Granuflow and Natrolite, stating that these kidney dialysis solutions may cause serious heart complications. If you or a loved one has undergone dialysis treatment and suffered heart complications, call the Reliant Group at 800-688-2190.
Welcome to Robert Stevens Face and Body, Hazleton's complete skincare center. Here, our licensed specialists will consult with you to discuss your skincare needs, rejuvenate you with our special facial treatments, and apply gentle, relaxing massages to melt your tension away, using all state-of-the-art technical treatments and superior skin products. So call today and let the transformation begin at Robert Stevens Face and Body, 788-7546.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center. Nestled within the quiet town of Weatherly, PA, we offer our residents and their families tranquil and scenic views from just about anywhere in the building. We are located within minutes of Hazleton General Hospital as well as major metropolitan medical and trauma centers in the Lehigh Valley. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secured dementia unit within our facility. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by today for a tour.
Trying to touch the sun, it's kind of like me trying to put into...
Liam Liz was first introduced to the Hazleton area when he was invited to perform at the annual Fun Fest celebration in September. This up-and-coming pop star will make a special concert appearance at the Wiltsey Center at the Historic Castle on Saturday, December 14th at 6:45 with doors opening at 6. Tickets are just $5 and a portion of the proceeds will support the Ronald McDonald House.
To put into words how pretty our eyes are.
WYLN, your first choice for locally produced shows like Chef Lou, Jen-tastic Sweets, Off the Beaten Path, The Storm, and more. Find out how you can stretch your advertising dollars and be a part of the WYLN TV lineup. Call 570-459-1869, extension 1302. WYLN, we're your local network.
Now we have the Lady Spartans. The girls from North Schuylkill have a bit of a different story from the boys team as 4 seniors return to the court. They kick their season off tomorrow night hosting longtime rival from the Lehigh Valley, Allentown Central Catholic. When you compare last year's roster for the Lady Spartans to this year's, 3 names are missing of girls who graduated. But when you know girls basketball in the area, many of the names listed on that piece of paper this year will be pretty familiar.
We're looking at, in terms of a lot of experience from kids like Nadia Spots at the guard spot, Lauren Dameter at our shooting guard spot, Carly Gregus is a junior, Nina Marone are juniors, Justine Paul has been a 2-year starter for me, Vanessa Zimmerman is a senior and a crucial kid off the bench for us, Tiff Leposki played a lot at the point, so we have a lot of kids coming back, and there's probably 3 or 4 more I can keep going with. We're deep with experience, which is nice here.
It was a pretty intense practice tonight in Fountain Springs, but senior Nadia Spot said that's an everyday thing.
We go intense 110% every day at practice. If not, it's running, you know what's coming for you, and you always have to go hard.
Lauren Dameter explained the 2013-14 squad's strengths.
We communicate well. We know what each other are going to do. Coming off ball screens, we have some good shooters this year. Just overall everything.
Tomorrow night, the Lady Spartans host the girls from Allentown Central Catholic, a school that North Schuylkill has met numerous times throughout the years in both district and state playoffs. And this year, the NS girls are ready for the Vikettes.
It'd be huge. It'd be definitely like a great starting point, knowing that we did beat ACC. Like, we go back and forth with them in the summer, and it would just be one of those great motivation things for the start of the season.
Since my freshman year, every year that's been the biggest game we played. Every year we lost, but this year I think we might have a different outcome.
Many, if not all, of the girls have grown up following the same program that they are now a part of at North Schuylkill, and that just adds to their fire.
Since I was 8 years old, I've been watching the North Schuylkill basketball team play, and it's just a huge thing, all the banners on the wall up there. It would just be awesome if we got one this year.
We're looking at it as this is the year to maybe put a banner back on the wall. There's so much history here, there's so much tradition. There's been a slump since, I think, 2007, so we're looking to try to get that banner on the wall, and I think this is the year. Last 2 years, we've used that excuse of maybe being a little young, maybe being inexperienced. Now we're at the point where we're experienced, we have some veteran leadership, we have a lot of kids who have played crucial minutes for us, so, we're looking at it like this is going to be a big year, and that's the goal.
Let's jump right into our national scoreboard tonight. In Thursday night football, the Jags have the 7-point lead on Houston. Skipping over to the ice, Penguins win 5-1. It's the Rangers over Buffalo, and the Maple Leafs win 3-2 in overtime. The Bruins fell to Milwaukee. It was Tampa Bay 3-1 against Ottawa, and Florida with the 5-2 win over the Jets. Blues big over the Islanders. That one 5-1. Carolina over Nashville 5-2, and Chicago fell to Minnesota in the second period. The Oilers are shutting out the Avs 3-0. In the NBA, a big win for the Knicks over the Nets 113-83. Another big win, Clippers over the Grizzlies 101-81. And at last look, in the second quarter in Chicago, the Bulls are leading the Heat 49-32. Stay tuned, Joe's back with more weather coming up after the break.
Edgewood in the Pines, located in Drums, provides the perfect scenery in any season to complement your wedding or special event. From the spectacular colors of fall, a cozy winter setting, or the plush greens of summer, Edgewood will provide a breathtaking setting for your exceptional affair. Edgewood is perfect for weddings, birthday celebrations, showers, baptism, or any special event. From small intimate gatherings to breathtaking formal affairs, your event is certain to be an amazing experience to remember for years to come. Celebrate at Edgewood in the Pines.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
Attention patients who have had hip replacement surgery.
If you or a loved one have had a DePuy, Stryker, or other brand of metal-on-metal hip implant and are suffering complications, call the Relion Group right now.
If you or a loved one have had a metal-on-metal hip implant and needed premature revision surgery, or had blood work detecting heavy metals such as chromium or cobalt as a result of your implant, you may be owed compensation from the manufacturer.
Call the Relion Group at 1-800-809-9744.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Join us this week on Wellness Through Physical Therapy. The team's going to educate us on the thoracic region of the spine, what it is, what areas of the body it controls, and how we can help you out if you're having trouble. It's all coming up this week on Wellness Through Physical Therapy.
Wilkes-Barre. Hey, Wilkes-Barre. On Friday, January 10th, WWE VIP Experience presents WWE Live. See all your favorite superstars up close like never before, including World Heavyweight Champion John Cena, WWE Champion Randy Orton, Intercontinental Champion Big E Langston, WWE Tag Team Champions The Rhodes Brothers, and more. It's WWE Live in Wilkes-Barre, January 10th. Tickets and VIP packages are available. Go to WWE.com for more information.
And welcome back. Well, we do have a little bit of some drizzle, some light rain, some areas of fog across our area. And again, there's those dense fog advisories in effect through tonight. So if you happen to be traveling, you do want to give yourself some extra time to get to your destination safely. A little bit of some moderate and more heavier rain as you head out toward the western part of the state of Pennsylvania. And as we head into tomorrow, we're going to look at another batch of rain coming through. We'll have a little bit of a break from time to time. And then some colder air comes in, and when that colder air comes in, we're going to have a switch over to a wintry mix across our region. Temperature-wise, it keeps going up right now. We're at 53 outside our television station in Hazleton. Humidity coming in at 100%. The pressure 29.90 inches of mercury. And there you can see the winds averaging between 5 to as much as 10 miles per hour. 52 now at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport as well as Mount Pocono. How about Philadelphia? It's almost 60 degrees. 50 in Williamsport, 53 in Selinsgrove, 52 in State College. But look out toward the northwest. That's some colder air. Temperatures only in the 30s in Bradford. It's 39 in Erie, and it's 43 degrees in Pittsburgh. In 50s up in the Wyoming Valley area, still very mild. And satellites and radar. There you can see some of that rain. Some of it's not even to be picked at on radar simply because it's too light. You get that drizzle and some light rain and mist and areas of fog. But again, that's all moving through from west toward the east. So we're going to have to deal with some of that as we head through the nighttime hours and again as we head into the daytime hours of tomorrow. With skycast precipitation and clouds, colder air comes in. And we start to see a little bit of that wintry mix over spreading our area, maybe even some plain snow out of it as we head into tomorrow evening and as we head into tomorrow night. Then everything's out of here for our Saturday, but it's going to bring in some much colder air for both Saturday and Sunday. And then another system we can be looking at as we go into later Sunday, Sunday night, and Monday. That again could give us another wintry mix. We could be looking at some snow, some sleet, maybe some freezing rain, maybe some plain rain as we head into our Monday. So kind of active weather-wise over the next couple of days. Here's a look at the extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. Overall, not looking too bad. We got 38 degrees as we head into our Friday. And then as we head into this upcoming weekend, it's going to be much colder with temperatures only in the 20s for daytime highs. And then it's going to be very cold as we go into next week. About 22 for a high and some of those overnight lows dropping down to about 10 degrees.
Well, it's December. I mean,
we can knock on wood, it hasn't begun.
Well, I know it's a little bizarre now, but we get cold weather. But you're talking cold Saturday and Sunday, but no
Doesn't look like,
precipitation.
it looks like it should be quiet that way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, and tomorrow night, it is going to be a mess. It depends on the hour.
Depending on when it switchover occurs. Could get a little icy.
We're talking like 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock?
Probably once the sun goes down and temperatures drop. So early part of the day through the afternoon, early evening should be fine.
Wake up the Jags.
Yeah, how about it?
4 straight.
How about it? Well, I just checked. It's 24-17 right now.
24-17. Fourth, in the fourth yet?
I believe it's the end of the third.
Go watch
so.
the fourth period tonight. Houston's the worst team. 9:30 in the
And they were
morning
great
from
last
London. Yeah, I know. What a turnaround and fall apart. It's amazing. All right, the normal crew will be back here tomorrow, and Ann at Topic A at 5:30, of course. We'll see you then. If you can do it, it ain't bragging.